The porter factors. For ASOS.com, this is a major issue as they rely on the fact that they offer the item at a cheaper price than competitors, so the customers keep on returning to the website. If another online company is set up to decide to offer the same clothing as ASOS.com's, then ASOS will start to panic as the existence of the clothes substitutes present a strong competitive threat. ASOS.com will have to closely monitor the other side, because if the other company choose to offer the product at a cheaper price, then ASOS.com will start to lose their customers as people will be more inclined to switch to the cheaper alternatives. The threat of entry. ASOS.com is a profitable company. There will be many new copycat entrants that arise to try and decrease the profit of the ASOS in order to increase their own. ASOS need to be especially conscious about these forces of porters, as it's very easy for new entrants to mimic retail websites. The ASOS economies of scale and oligopolistic structure of the market is good barriers to entry for new online retail company. Competitive rivalry. This force of the porter is a major determinant of the competitiveness of most industry, but especially in the retail, as rivals usually compete aggressively on the price alone. ASOS.com competes in this way with the competitors like Topshop.com and RiverIsland.com, as they sell the same products. ASOS must ensure that they offer the products at the cheapest price, otherwise the consumers will buy from the rivals. Whoever is offering the item at the lowest price, as that is the only differences between ASOS and other companies. As well as this, ASOS.com must ensure that they keep up with the current trend, and they must offer their new range as soon as they possibly can, before the rivals have the chance to copy and release their design as their own. The bargaining power of customers. One customer of ASOS.com is very unlikely to have much bargaining power, but collectively the customers are extremely powerful. ASOS relies on their customers, so if the customers decide that the price of the product is too high, then ASOS will be forced to reduce the price, or else the customers will buy the cheaper alternative from another company with no switching costs. The internet makes it very easy for customers to shop around and compare prices, so ASOS must ensure that their prices and services are better than other competitors. Bargaining power of the suppliers. ASOS have a number of independent designers who have a lot of power over the business if their designs are popular with ASOS customers. If they feel the ASOS are not paying them well enough, then they could offer the design to one of the ASOS competitors. However, the majority of the clothes that are sold on ASOS.com could be supplied from a range of companies, and in this case suppliers have very little power, as ASOS have much wide choice of suppliers. Competitive challenges. Heavy investment on website creation and marketing. Fastest growing online retailer and increased market share to forecast and keep up with the fast changing fashion market environment. Recognizing customers' needs and wants is essential for ASOS as a market-oriented company. Key success. Young IT staff understand customers' demand. Constant update of company system is required. Planning a fashion season ahead. A staff mainly recruited from different sectors. Using social network to attract customer. Target will. Each member of a staff knows the company priority. Product life cycle. Introduction of item on the website through newspaper and magazine. Rapid growth means having full stock not to be disappoint the customer. Maturity is when certain items are selling well. Saturation is a decision of decreasing the prices to clear the remaining stock in order to make space for new product. Decline means the item is not so interesting to sell anymore, so fashions move on. Economic factors. The market growth rate has been hit by a slowdown in the rise of the internet penetration and in the percentage of the internet users who shop online. Growth of the market in 2009 was 21% versus the forecast 26%. In 2010, Mintel predicts a modest rise of 8.2% to 4.27 billion as improved supply side factors like new website launches and improved delivery services fail to contract slowing demand. We forecast that by 2014 the market will exceed £6 billion, or 13% of the total clothing and footwear sale. The online fashion market has been driven above all by the rise in the internet penetration. In the past year, this has begun to stall at around 71% of the adults. At the same time, the proportion of those actually shopping has also seen its increase come close to a hold at just over 70%. Economic circumstances are also not in its favor. Households are being forced to review their budget in the light of pressure on real disposable income and fears of possible unemployment. This means online spending will be heavily constrained well into 2011. Only 1 in 5 male internet users have bought from a fashion website against 1 in 3 women. This is particularly true of men aged under 25, with only 14% buying clothing online. More retailers introducing free and next day delivery as well as time slot, improved photography, easier navigation, and more advice and trend information are making shopping online more interesting, informative, and fun. The number of ABS, upmarket professional, and senior manager has increased by 10% in the past 5 years and is set to increase by a further 7% from 13.4 million adults to 14.4 million. They like the ease, convenience, and the time-saving aspects of buying online and are a core target market for its development in future. Within a total online shopping population that is showing less dynamic growth, clothing and footwear purchases show sign of a continuous rise in popularity, which could help within the market penetration as the online market matures. Political factor. Sweatshop workers are being paid 30p per hour to produce clothes for high street retailers. According to the Guardian, factories used by retailers such as Primark, Mothercare, and Gap are failing to meet the international labor standard set by Ethical Trading Initiative. Social factor. Only 1 in 10 online shoppers say they have never bought clothing. Encouraging surfers to make the first internet purchase of any kind is a crucial initial step. Under 25s and heavy internet users buy more clothes online than in store, implying internet familiarity might still be a factor deterring some group from buying. Men are much more likely to have neither browsed nor bought clothes online. Retailers need to make online fashion shopping more directly relevant to their customers' needs. Technological factor. Retailers like Very Fashion or Next have started to use smartphone applications to increase availability of their online stores. Those applications allows online shoppers to browse through their stock, locate their stores, and show all offers and even make purchases. In addition of these, online fashion retailers also using newsletters and emails to inform customers about new collections and offers. SWOT analysis. Diversified product. ASOS.com offers over 36,000 branded and own label product lines across women's wear, men's wear, footwear, accessory, jewelry, and beauty, with around 1,300 new product lines being introduced each week. Utilization of the internet. ASOS.com has clear market segment, which is 16 to 34 years old internet users. Those companies which have fewer market segment can provide better service. Customers can buy the clothes worn by celebrity at reasonable and affordable price. Weaknesses. Customers cannot physically touch and try on the clothes they intend to buy. Unlike the rest of ASOS.com's main competitor, ASOS.com doesn't have an actual store. ASOS.com has dozens of delivery options. However, just like the other online retailing, delivery performance always cannot be guaranteed. Opportunities. According to Mintel, more than half of the people surveyed, which is about 14 million adults, think online shopping is easy and convenient, and 11 million people said it has cut down the time they spend in stores. 8 million do shop online to avoid the crowds in shop. Over the next 5 years, there is still significant growth in online fashion, and Mintel forecasts it will expand to over 6 billion by 2015. Threats. H&M, Gap, and Zara finally announcing they are to launch UK transactional site. Among major fashion retailers, only Primark is not still selling online. Yoox and Brandly are also purely online fashion retailer. According to IMRG, about 85% of online retailers believe that the threat of postal strike discourages customers from placing order. Stakeholder analysis. Customers. ASOS.com offers diversified product and affordable prices to meet customers' needs. Shareholders. Profit after taxation increased 46%, earning per share increased 47%, and net assets made a significant 77%.